Welcome. What is going on, you guys? Welcome to Outlier Fantasy. My name is Turtle, and we are mock drafting on a Monday. We're back for another Monday night. Thank you guys so much for dropping by once again. Now is your time to ask any fantasy football questions, if you have any. We're going to start, experimenting with different draft strategies. I'm trying to open up my exposure, actually. I've been drafting pretty much the same players, I feel like, all offseason. So today we're going to try to change that. 101 is Jamar Chase, followed by Bijan Robinson at 102, Saquon at 103. And that's how we're going to kick it off so far. Just going to see how the draft plays out. I got my water with me today. Usually I have like a soda or like a real nice bev to complement the stream, but I'm trying to be healthy, trying to have some water, hydrate, all that good stuff. So Justin Jefferson is the 104. Waiting for the 105 to select. They're going to auto CeeDee Lamb, yep. Followed by Jahmyr Gibbs. That was a quick one. Definitely had his mind made up. It's looking like I've been getting a lot of Malik Neighbors, Gene T. Let's go CMC. I think that's a strong start. Get a legit running back. We could play around in round 2. We're in the back. Find a wide receiver we like. Maybe Drake London's there. Who knows? Maybe something is better than Drake London is there. We'll see what unfolds. Open to taking Brock Bowers, because once we get that second round pick, if we go to the board, I have quite the way to go before my next pick. I have actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 14 picks in between. So I'm not going to get Brock Bowers if he's not taken with my second round pick, but we'll see what's there. I'm open to taking Achane. We'll see what's there. I could double up running back and just pepper receiver later. I'm okay with that. I feel like having running backs in this kind of format is so important, because once you just get like 2, if a third one plays good, that's your flex, and you just need 3 good wide receiver performances. Brock Bowers is the first pick of the second round. Wow. So we might actually get a value here. It's looking like we could have Derrick Henry if we want him. I would rather Devon Achane. That's just me personally. But yeah, we'll see what we get. Trey McBride is gone. Derrick Henry is gone. So I could have Brian Thomas Jr., which is honestly a value here. I feel like, how do I not take that? I'm gonna take Brian Thomas Jr. I really wanted to go double running back and test that experiment, but we have plenty of drafts and plenty of time on stream to test out dual running backs. Will it be better than Achane and McCaffrey? Probably not, but Brian Thomas at pick 17, that just felt too easy. That felt like a layup. Like, period, stop, I got a value. And right after goes Tyreek Hill, so A.J. Brown, Ladd McConkey, we're looking at some serious value here at the back of round 2 in our draft. We have just 5 more picks to finish out round 2, but we have 12 more to go until it comes back to us. A.J. Brown is next off the board. I think that's a smart pick. Let's see what their team looks like. A.J. Brown and CeeDee Lamb are their wide receivers. That's pretty stacked, I'm not going to lie. That's a great start. Gotta be loving that. I kind of like, if Christian McCaffrey's healthy and where we got Brian Thomas Jr., that's a money opportunity. That's some good stuff. Again, if you're just joining the stream, thank you so much for stopping by. If you have any fantasy football questions, now is the time to ask them. I'm going to be here all night answering questions, mock drafting, doing all that fun stuff, so come kick it. Grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite bev, and just chill out. Bucky Irving finally is taken at pick 23. That is the cover boy, the thumbnail, the poster child, if you will. And we still got 8 more picks before we get back to my pick. Starting round 3, Rashee Rice is off the board. I'm not gonna lie, Rashee Rice has he's got a pretty ADP. I don't know. Pick 25 says he's going past his ADP, but that's a rich price tag. Not saying it can't pay off, but that's a lot. It's a lot to invest. Gibbs and Achane. See, that's why I wanted to double stack the RBs, because CMC and Achane is just as nasty, but we have BT. And their best wide receiver is Terry McLaurin. At least we're balanced at both positions. No matter where we go here. JSN with no quarterback, though. It's definitely something to consider. You just know he's going to be good. Doesn't matter. It's not like I need him to put up those numbers every week. But give me Mike Evans. He's just going to, every once in a while, just drop that 15, 17 fantasy points. And that's what I need to win Underdog. Just need that consistency. I got a question mark like Christian McCaffrey. If I could just get guys like BT, Evans that are just solid. You know exactly what you're going to get out of them. I like the foundation. Josh Allen goes right after I pick Mike Evans. I think that's a good pick. Definitely was considering the quarterback, but I like to fill out running back and receiver more before I think even about quarterback. So that's how we ended up here with the 2 wide receivers and a running back. And on the way back, it would probably make sense to take James Cook. I may just go more wide receivers and worry about that second running back later. But that's very risky because my only running back is Christian McCaffrey. So I better hit on at least 2 guys later if I'm not going to take a running back on my next pick. I just don't see a world where Breece Hall, is available, so he's gone. James Cook is best available. Omari and Hampton, it's just such a big price tag. I don't know how many weeks he's going to be the guy, how many times it's going to be split. Dev, what's going on, bro? Thanks for stopping by. I'm good. I'm just drafting, trying to make a decision here on what we're going to do with our 4th pick when it comes back. James Cook is gone. Yeah, see, I kind of wanted to go running back. I mean, go wide receiver because the running backs here are just none. But I have my land of the way with wide receivers, but something tells me that I should just take Omari and Hampton and get out of here. Because I need running back depth. Need as much help as I can get at that position with CMC. Even though I don't like taking up I shouldn't say backup, but a guy that may split the carries all year, I'll just take Hampton. I'll take the chance. It's best ball. It's not like he has to be in my lineup every week, so it's a good opportunity. If he wins the starting job, great. Again, if you're just stopping by, thanks for pulling up to the stream. Going to be drafting on Underdog all night, doing best ball drafts. If you want to join in, we'll definitely make that happen. We'll definitely work that out somehow, some way. If you have any fantasy football questions of your own, feel free to ask. And yeah, after my pick of Omari and Hampton, Kittle, Ted McMillan, Xavier Worthy, and J-Mo are the next 4. And we got 10 picks till our next pick. And I would love Travion Henderson. I really would. I don't think he's going to be there. But if Travion Henderson is there, we'll happily add him. If not, We'll have to shop around wide receiver. I'll take Joe Burrow if he's there. That's another guy that if he gets hurt, my season's over, but it's okay. You got to take those chances. You got to be in it to win it. Travion Henderson is a baller, my friend. I could not agree more. The only thing, I don't know how you feel about it, Dev, what you feel about the situation. I think right away he's going to get his run. He's going to play a good amount of snaps. I think Ramondre Stevenson isn't going to get hurt because he's not playing all the time because Travion Henderson is so good, and that's what they drafted him to be, that Ramondre is just not going to go away all year. And, like, it's going to be to the extent of you're going to draft Travion Henderson, right? And if he's not getting those, like, 5, 6 plus targets in a game, he's almost going to feel worthless to start because he's not going to have that touchdown upside unless he, breaks the 48-yard touchdown, which obviously he's capable of. Who am I going to go with here? Go Ken. Let's expand the exposure. I'm gonna go Joe Mixon. I don't love that pick, but I've been drafting a lot of Ken and RJ Harvey, so I'll switch that up. But back to Travion Henderson. I think Ramondre Stevenson's gonna take all the goal line touchdowns, and it's gonna make Travion Henderson less appealing as a fantasy back. And I think that kind of reflects in his ADP where he's at now. If I could see the board. Oh, he wasn't even taken yet. I just missed an opportunity to even draft him. But I just feel like as great as he is, I would rather get, like, even though very likely Joe Mixon can just regress or get injured, that I have something that's just like a legitimate, like, I know he's going to get the goal line work and touchdown volume as long as he's just, like, healthy. Travion Henderson, it all depends on how much Ramondre Stevenson gets in his way, We could take him here. Be quite interesting. I don't think he's going to be available. Could go Burrow. Obviously, wide receiver is a decision of need right now. I think that's safe to say. But drafting a running back here, I don't really have to worry about it for a while. So I'm kind of intrigued about the idea of, like, go grab Monty, go grab Travion Henderson, and then just leave this tier, and then just come back and start swinging at wide receivers. Obviously, still need a quarterback, but we'll worry about that when we get there. Monty. He's just so good in that system, but I'll take Travion Henderson. The fact that he's even there for me is just a blessing. Get Travion Henderson right at his ADP. Didn't have to reach for him. When it comes back, definitely need wide receiver help. But other than Jacoby Myers and, just Jacoby Myers, really. Jawan Jennings, he's good, but, like, I don't love that pick. Sam Laporta would have been a great option, but I'd rather make sure I get running backs while there's still quality ones available, and I'll worry about the rest later. Now the wide receivers are coming off the board. Jawan Jennings, Godwin, Jacoby Myers, Josh Downs. I think that one is a interesting one. Obviously, Josh Downs is a good player, but, like, should his ADP really be this high? Like, where he's going in, the end of the 6th round? Like, I just think that's a little rich in ADP. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. It's a good team nonetheless, but we'll see. I agree. He definitely has home run potential. I'm a big fan of that. But before we even talk about Travion Henderson, what is this team that has 6 wide receivers and 1 tight end? Oh my God. That is crazy. That's like a donation. Unless you, like, hit on every wide receiver perfectly after that. This is an interesting wide receiver tier. I obviously love Matthew Golden. Been drafting him a lot. So let's get Brandon Ayuk here. I think Brandon Ayuk still has a chance to maybe not go back to what he was 2 years ago, but still be a quality receiver. Willing to take a chance on it at least. When it comes back to me, it sounds silly, but Patrick Mahomes is not really a terrible pick in my opinion. I don't know how many times we could expect Baker Mayfield to be like in this top 10 or really high-end fantasy QB tier with so much changing around him. Like, again, he's going to go through losing a play caller to getting a new head coaching job where 2 years ago that was Dave Canales, and now last year Liam Cohen, his coordinator, leaves. I just don't know how many like phenomenal seasons we're gonna have left of Baker. So I feel like let your league mates want to take that chance. I'll take a chance that Patrick Mahomes is better than what last year was. You know, safe to say that. Probably, you know, it's hard to say that he probably will be because the last couple of years haven't been that, but I'll take a chance on that over Baker Mayfield continuing to play at a high end, fantasy tier. The tight ends here I don't love. The running backs here, it's just Jordan Mason. It's not bad. Matthew Golden is still available. Quality receiver in my opinion. But I do need a quarterback, so I'm going to go Patrick Mahomes. Ironically, I have been taking a lot of him, but I just feel like it's a value. Nobody really wants to take him. And I'm willing to take a chance. A lot of the times in fantasy, you win because you get that player that people pass up a couple times or think about and they're like, no, and then they end up being solid. So I'll take a chance. Because if I don't get him or Baker, after that is Kyler, Bo Nix, Justin Fields, Brock Purdy. Really don't love any of those. Like, at least I could get Patrick Mahomes, get one more guy later, and not have to worry about it so much. Again, if you're just stopping by for the first time, thank you so much for watching the stream. If you have any fantasy football questions, now is the time to ask them. I'm going to be here all night. I'm going to be drafting on Underdog, so ask away. Bo Nix is off the board to end round 8. Wow. Chili Dogs gets the pick again, though. So we'll see what he picks. Justin Fields. Okay. Goes a little double QB. A little double quarter. I'm 5 picks away. Realistically, Emeka Ibuka sounds exquisite right now. I'm not even going to lie to you. Trey Harris is a consideration. Do I love that pick? No. But it's no secret that I need wide receiver and I can afford to pass on running back. I need a tight end, but I don't think this is a tier where it's like I have to grab Evan Ingram, Mark Andrews, one of those. I'll try later on. Grab a lower tier, someone that's cheaper in ADP. We'll see how these next 2 picks go. Because Emeka Ibuka and Michael Pittman Jr. are not an option. Trey Harris is, though. I'll take a chance on him. Still a little bit of a weird wide receiver room. Mike Williams inevitably will get hurt. Dak is a good pick there, I'm not going to lie. If you need a running back. Quarterback. What am I saying? Here's what we're going to do. Trey Harris for the upside. When it comes back, Travis Etienne for the low floor and potential high ceiling. And then we never have to touch running back again. It's perfect after that. We don't need to touch a thing. Rashid Shaheed goes right after me. I like that pick. Happier with Trey Harris, though, of course. It would make a lot more sense to skip out on, especially because Etienne is gone, and not take a Zach Charbonnet. But I do have to wonder, can I get away with another position and then go back to receiver? Because I'm thinking guy that I would be happy taking in this tier. Where is he? No. Not going Luther Burden. Mark Andrews has to be the pick, or I'd rather take Likely. I'll come back and take Likely, but then I'm taking Sharps. And I'm not taking another running back. I don't hate that. I do need a tight end, so I will. I just feel like it feels like I'm gonna get sniped on Isaiah Likely. That's what it feels like. I'm trying to think of who I want at wide receiver, but now I'm going to feel stupid that they were probably gone like 2 rounds ago. No. I'm absolutely drawing a blank. No, I think it was because I wanted to draft Likely and take another player. But Likely at tight end 17, he's going to get sniped. I think, are my next 2 picks close? Yeah, go double tight end. That way, if I need the flex, I have that option. We still need a backup quarterback as well. How many more picks do we have? Still have 7, so enough room to grab all the positions we need. That's always a good thing. We'll see what lands. Happily take Colston Loveland. Come back for Isaiah Likely, but we'll see what happens. Is anybody going to draft another tight end potentially? Two more picks. Are we going to get our guy? Njoku's gone. Colston Loveland, welcome to the squad. Herbert's not a bad QB2. I gotta be honest. I like Drake May as well. I think Drake May is interesting. Can't forget about this guy. That's a nice little budget option as well. But we'll see what finds its way back in 7 picks. I would like to take Isaiah Likely and know that I don't need to take another tight end. And I could just keep finding wide receivers. Joshua Palmer's not a bad choice. Trying to find that boom or bust wide receiver that's just floating around this tier. I do like me some Jalen Royals. I will come back for him. Jared Goff is off the board. I'm prioritizing backup tight end over quarterback. We'll see how that goes. Because I would like Isaiah Likely. If I can't get him, I will take a quarterback. I think the quarterbacks will go off the board now. And nobody's going to want the tight ends right now. So that works in my favor. but we'll see. 3 have just gone off the board in a row. Jaden Blue, that's a good pick. If I needed a running back, I would have been really upset. This is definitely grab a tight end range for this team with 6 wide receivers and no tight end. But who knows? Underdog could surprise you like that. Some people just grab a bunch of the same position. He went very smartly, grabbed his tight end. I will take Isaiah Likely. I am quite a fan. And that's that. Moving on to the next round. I got quite a long way to go. Jalen McMillan does not intrigue me whatsoever. I could go Wan'Dale Robinson. I don't love that, but there's targets to be had with that. There's definitely targets in that offense to be had. Let's see what makes its way back in 9 picks. Again, if you have any fantasy football questions, now is the time to ask. What are you doing? Waiting for my, what would it be, 13th pick? Moving along pretty fast. We'll get to the next draft soon. Maybe even if I get a couple picks, we'll just start looking around at the next room that we could jump in. That way you guys aren't waiting. I feel like that's a problem. Every time I'm on Underdog drafting, we usually have to have this awkward pause and wait for the next room to open. So we'll see if we can time that better this time. Can grab Xavier Legette, somebody I'm a fan of drafting a lot of. Definitely not changing the exposure, though, if I do that, but is it safe to say I have to? Because I kind of have to. I always like to root for the year 2 guy, so Xavier Legette, I'm going to keep drafting you all off season. I am a fan. Dev knows I'm a fan. Dev knows I like to draft him a lot. But, yeah, when it comes back to me, I need a quarterback. Geno Smith and Bryce Young are definitely what I'm looking at. Definitely eyeing one of those 2. I still need wide receivers after that. But there's guys to be had. I think Andre Yoshivas is an interesting one. There's a lot of interesting ones down there. Nico or Achan, 0.75 PPR. So this is a dynasty startup, Matt. Am I getting that correct? So you're starting up a draft and you're picking between one of those guys in the first round or starting one of those guys in one of your flex spots? Because drafting one over the other, it's really preference. Okay, so super flex. So I'm assuming this is your first round pick you're deciding on. I would say it's really up to your preference as to, do you want the wide receiver? Do you want the running back? Okay, so you're asking who you should start. Okay. Or long-term value, who I like more. I think you could probably upsell more on Nico Collins. I really like Nico Collins a lot, but I think in terms of how much longer you have of the prospect, I think it's more likely he continues to find injury problems, and staying on the field will be a problem for him. And going down the line, and when he gets older, it's not going to get any easier for him to stay available. And you can get a lot for him now because of how great he is, but neither Achane is going to be around for long either. Should you trade Nico for Achane? If you need the running back, I think you should make the trade. I don't know if Nico Collins is going to be some sort of long-term product. I think like now is the sell window for him. I think Achane, there's still more room and at least like a year or two more that you have before you have to consider the sell window. I think Nico now is the time, because a year from now it could get really ugly in terms of the value you get back for him. If, this isn't if this isn't his career high year, you're probably not going to get a lot for him on the trade market. So I would trade him now. Of course, you run the risk that he can be great because he is a great player, but you just have to take that chance. I need wide receiver help still. Where am I going to get my wide receiver help from? That is a great question. Thinking Yoshivas. Think that's a fun pick. If anybody in that wide receiver room gets injured or misses a game, I have potentially a spot starter, so I like that. Week 14 and week 12 are weeks that I have a lot of buys at wide receiver, or even just at players in general, and that's going to help me out in those weeks. If you're looking to trade Nico Collins, what would be some of the things that people have been offering? Do you have any offers out there already? Or is this just kind of like I want to make a move in the offseason, so I'm looking to sell someone? I'm looking to get... I may even go wide receiver again. I have 2 tight ends that I like. I don't really think I need to draft another one. That would just be a little extra, a little over the top. I could go dart throw running back, just do something not crazy, but like a Marshawn Lloyd or a Jarquez Hunter just in case. But otherwise, I'm pretty much comfortable with quarterback. I'm pretty much comfortable with running back, tight end. So someone put Achane on the block. I would trade Nico for Achane. It's it's a lot harder to find that premium running back. Not to say that Nico Collins isn't the premium wide receiver, but if you need a running back, it could be really hard to fill that void in Dynasty. Sometimes you just have to trade your assets. You have to put your chips in that center and make a move. Adonai Mitchell, probably not going to consider that. QB for insurance is not a bad idea. But, what would be the QB insurance play? Daniel Jones. Had to take a chance. That week 1 might go crazy. Just kidding. He's absolutely garbage week 1. But that week 2 might go crazy. I'm honestly surprised that Jason Tatum, through Achilles recovery, is somehow in this live stream. Thank you, Jason, for stopping by. Appreciate you. Appreciate the kind words. Could go Jarquez Hunter. No, we need a receiver. We We have how many more picks? 2 more picks. Let's get into a new lobby. Let's go trying to find. Yeah, I guess this is the closest one to filling. Where are my active ones? Here we go. Beautiful. And we're back before we even missed a pick. You love to see it. Need a wide receiver. Who's it gonna be? Do I go vet? Golden or Burden? I'm a little biased. I really like Matthew Golden a lot more. But we kind of saw last year with Rome Odunze how tough it could be to get on that field year one with 2 proven wide receivers ahead of you in Chicago. Obviously, coordinator is going to change, and that affects it greatly. But there's definitely a wide receiver room in Green Bay, but it kind of feels like everybody has to fight for their spot in their pecking order, basically. Like, Chicago is DJ, is Rome, and then it's, Burden and whoever else wants to give him a run for his money. Whereas the Packers, I think Matthew Golden can be him. He could just be better than everybody else. So I like Matthew Golden for that reason. I favor him a little more. If you're looking for maybe the long-term product, Luther Burden may be the better option because DJ Moore doesn't have much time left in Chicago, and that may develop into a better option than, Matthew Golden, who's going to have Jordan Love as his quarterback. We know Jordan Love is not a gunslinger by any means. He's not going to be that fantasy friendly for him, so Luther Burden could help out. I like Matthew Golden for right now. We got one more pick, and I could just jump right out of this draft lobby. That's cool. You know what? It's kind of crazy, but Josh Reynolds or my boy Woody Marks. Nah, we're not going to go too crazy. Not going to go too crazy. We're going to go... Oh, Jalen Royals is there. Yeah, let's do that. Somebody's going to miss time in that offense. All right, fantastic. Let's go to this because we only got 2 more people waiting to jump in. If you would like to join in, what is this, $3 10-man league? Join us. We got 2 more spots. Again, if you're just stopping by for the first time, thank you so much for watching. Isaac Arroyo. Elijah Arroyo. Definitely a hot name, especially around the Senior Bowl. I don't love, but we'll see. Could definitely be wrong. I don't know why I said Isaac Arroyo because I'm thinking Isaac Okoro. I'm so shot. Wrong sport. This is best ball, yes. I like best ball just for the sake that I can at least practice, mock drafting before the regular season starts. I know this is 10 man, so this really isn't much practice, but, trying to just get in some lobbies fast. Maybe it could be a quick come up, or maybe I'm a quick donation. We'll find out. Just need one more person. That's all we're waiting on. Is there going to be another lobby that fills sooner? No. This is the lobby. That's the one. Trying to see what else is available. I know last time you said tournaments were an idea. I just feel like the tournaments take just as long to fill. I don't know how much better that is. Could jump in. Not 25. I don't want to lose all my bills. All my bills at once. Let's go. We could do 10. We'll see how fast the bigger money one goes. Maybe that'll help us out. I'll just keep both tabs open. This one's obviously much closer to filling, but we'll see if it actually fills. These are, you know what? While we're waiting, this is kind of a good time. Rate my, what are these, slow drafts? Yeah, rate my best ball slow draft starts. Obviously, we're still in the middle of drafting. I'm 5 picks away, but these are the running backs I started with. Not the best. Not the best. But these guys, I mean, what are we talking about here? This is chef's kiss right here. This is quite the receiver layout. And here I'm a little more ahead in this draft, obviously, because I have more players on the team. But those running backs, man. Breece Hall, Ashton Jeanty, Ken. I like Jaden Blue personally. A.J. Brown, Travis Hunter, Ayuk. It's a guy I've been drafting. Cooper Kupp, Jack Besh, Sam Laporta. So I even got a good tight end to go with this foundation. I like it. Yes, I took Baker Mayfield, but, got to switch up the exposure. You gotta draft everybody. Let's actually look at my... Can we see my exposure? I don't have that many. Oh, this is only based on 2 teams. Oh, yeah, because I'm still in the middle of drafting, but... No, how is it only 2 teams? That doesn't make any sense. There we go. Okay. I was like, I know I have more than 2 teams. I've been doing this. I was like, we don't just draft one team on stream and just shut down. But Brian Thomas Jr. in 2/3 of my drafts. Jalen Royals, drafted quite a lot. Charbonnet, Amarian Hampton, also guys who draft a lot. Yoshevas, Khalil Shakir, Mekabuka. Obviously, if you know, you know. Xavier Leggett, somebody I've been drafting a lot. Dylan Sampson. That's got to be an auto pick because I'm not banging on the table for that one. I can tell you that right now. But, yeah. That's my little exposure. I think that's cool. Cool. We're about to start the 10-man draft. I'm going to leave this one because we're done. And are you serious? I'm pick 8 again? Oh, man. This is whack. I mean, this is the karma of posting a video. The best place to draft is the back of round 1, and now every draft we're going to do tonight is the back of round 1. Can't make it up. Unreal. We'll make the best of it. I like taking any of this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy with my first pick. Like any of those options. You guys let me know what you're a fan of at that range. Those are the ones that jump off the page to me where I'm picking. Obviously, I don't have a chance at Bijan and Jahmyr Gibbs. Otherwise, I would instantly draft them. But yeah, I think these are the guys. I don't love here. I feel like in a 10-man now, I could probably test my luck and get one of these 2 on the way back if I wanted to. So I don't need to just take one of them. Unless I feel like they're better than one of these guys, which I don't. much rather select from that group, and we'll see who's available. Again, if you're just stopping by, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you, everyone stopping by the stream. If you have any fantasy football questions, now is the time to ask them. Ask away. Here all night. I'm going to be drafted on Underdog, so let's hang out. Let's answer some good questions. And let's draft some good teams, more importantly. I don't want to lose my money. The helly. CMC, Malik Neighbors, Gene T. Malik Neighbors. I think that's the pick. Can't hate that pick. I don't get Puka. I get the next best receiver. We just took CMC. Otherwise, I would have took him. Gene T is obviously a fine option, but switch it up. Nico Collins did not come back. But you know what? Brian Thomas Jr. is there. I'm going to take H.N. I know that's a little silly. There was a lot better wide receiver options there. But I don't know how many more good running backs I'm going to have available to my exposure in this draft. So I'm going to take him, and hopefully when it comes back, one of these four are available. I can make that my second wide receiver. It's not the best second wide receiver, stack you can make, but I get a dog at running back. I get a dog. Henry goes off the board after me, followed by Brian Thomas. BT at 15 is a nice little value there. Jahmyr Gibbs and Brian Thomas Jr. That's a stack. It's a big boy stack right there. Hopefully that team finishes out real nice. Could be a good squad. Hopefully my squad's better. Brian Thomas Jr., Drake London, and Ladd McConkey are the next three off the board. Mayo. What you gonna do? What you gonna do, Mayo? AJ Brown, auto pick? That's what the pick is. I knew it. Been doing too many of these underdog drafts. Goes even before the live streams. I know when you're not gonna pick. You could just feel the vibes. Young Phil knows what I'm talking about. He got that red shield or whatever. That means he probably spends a lot of money, I think. I don't know. Or maybe he's like Mr. Underdog. He built this platform. He built it from the ground up, you know what I'm saying? Bucky Irving is still available. How do you take Jonathan Taylor before Bucky Irving? What are you doing? No. Don't do that. You just made Mayo stacked. He's got Bijan and Bucky Irving. Because you couldn't just do Bucky Irving, CeeDee Lamb, Garrett Wilson? Come on. Do need a wide receiver. However, Chase Brown, Trey McBride. That's kind of what I'm looking at here. And Chase Brown's gone, so that means I only have one more target I'm looking at before I settle for the wide receiver. Let's see. I got two chances at this. I'm afraid the auto pick is going to make him go one. Okay, he didn't go auto. That wasn't an auto pick, thank God. One pick away. You know what? Let's just take T. Higgins. I know he's got his injuries and whatnot, but T. Higgins. I'm cool with that. I'm thinking all the wide receivers here are very intriguing, but if I don't get the Breece Hall, James Cook, Omari, and Hampton, I could be in trouble. Like, I could be really quickly out of contention. I trust that I could grab receiver later, even though everyone's going to grab receiver later. Breece Hall is here. It's a contract year. I'm going to give it a chance. Coming off a bad year last year. Maybe James Cook would have been the big one to grab, but that's just not repeating again. I'm sorry. A lot of people are on that wagon now, too. It's kind of reflecting in his ADP. Somebody that was probably a top 12 running back at least when we were first drafting. Now he's starting to, fall. But hey, I'll take Breece Hall. Fine with that. Missed out on Trey McBride, which definitely sucks. But we'll bounce back. Again, if you have any fantasy football questions of your own, now is the time to ask. I'm going to be here all night drafting teams on Underdog, so make sure you ask those questions. James Cook off the board finally with the last pick of round 4. That's a good value, though, because don't have a running back. But you have Brock Bowers, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Jamar Chase. That's sick. Jalen Hurts at quarterback. It's a good team. It's a good little stack he's got going. But we'll see what I can do to add to my team. I'm in a really interesting range where Omari and Hampton is actually a realistic grab here, but the wide receivers are also great values as well. Jameson Williams was probably my favorite of that bunch. He's now gone. Chuba Hubbard's off the board, so that's one extra wide receiver here for me. Xavier Worthy is a pretty solid option. I think Xavier Worthy is the pick. Safe to say Mr. 3 wide receivers is probably not going to go wide receiver. But Mr. 1111 may go wide receiver, specifically Xavier Worthy, so you have to watch out for that. Amari and Hampton off the board. That's a good pick. I mean, I really didn't believe that he should have been available, so that makes sense that he's gone. And Xavier Worthy's gone. Great. I see how this draft is going to go. I like Waddle. Yeah, I think I'm going to bypass everybody else in this tier and just go Jalen Waddle. I don't know why I feel like I need to go Jalen Waddle there. I just feel like last year I was really confident that there was going to be some kind of resurgence, and it got so bad that it just doesn't even make sense to me that it could even be that bad again. I just have to believe in the upside. Looking to go wide receiver. But RJ Harvey, actually, I think I'm going to go Alvin Kamara. Safe. You know exactly what you're going to get out of that pick. I got some receivers that I trust. Maybe Jalen Waddle shouldn't be as trusted, but I trust him right now. Trusted him enough to draft him, so work on another receiver maybe, see how the board is going. And we'll figure it out from there. TJ Hawkinson, not a bad tight end. Would love Laporte, but I don't think I'm going to get Sam Laporte on the way back. Just doesn't seem very realistic. Like, I don't think Jerry Jeudy and Deebo Samuel are going to be rushed to be taken before a tight end. RJ Harvey is there, though. So that's like, if that's going to be there, that's somebody you have to consider drafting. I got 10 more picks before I pick again. In theory, Sam Laporta should be available. I just don't think that's realistic. If not, This little Roma Dunze, Jordan Addison, Jawan Jennings tier is interesting. How Zay Flowers is still there, I was going to say, is very surprising. Mr. Young Phil, when Omari and Hampton, I think, is his first running back. Oh, James Cook. So RJ Harvey would be a nice pairing for that, in my opinion. He took... Huh? He took Addison and James Conner. Okay, interesting. RJ Harvey's available. I'm hoping I can beat everybody to the rush and take Sam Laporta. We'll see if that happens. RJ Harvey is a great pick there. Again, how he's even available is crazy to me. You know, I thought he would have went when Alvin Kamara was going. Maybe I just took him too early. I just have to hope that this guy doesn't take him because I don't think Mr. Trey McBride is going to double up at tight end. He's probably going to take Sam Laporta, though. No funny. If it's auto pick... Wow, he took Ricky Pearsall. Okay. Sam Laporta and Jacoby Myers are there. Decisions. It comes back to me pretty quick, though, right? If I don't get him, I could get Khalil Shakir. That's going to be the move. So Sam Laporta first. And hopefully I get the wide receiver I want on the way back. And if I don't get the wide receiver I want on the way back, Brandon Ayuk, Khalil Shakir, Matthew Golden, these are options I'm okay with taking. Quarterback, Patrick Mahomes is best available, so let's not go after quarterback right now. I would take like Brock Purdy and Dak, to be honest. Or I could double up Dak and Goff. The problem is it always feels like they're both doing good at the same time and both not playing good at the same time. I could be wrong about that, though. That's just kind of my vibe. Jacoby Myers would be the perfect pick here, even though Chris Olave is just sitting there. I just don't trust that quarterback situation. You know? Jacoby Myers just feels like a vet in an opportunity to really take control and have like a legit target share in an offense. So I gotta go Jacoby Myers for that. He's just a solid receiver too, not for nothing. When it comes back in 13 picks, Baker Mayfield is a legitimate option. Not opposed to Baker. I know I was just saying I'd rather Mahomes. Gotta, get some different exposure, though. Or I could just wait. I have a tight end I can trust. I will probably take Isaiah Likely as a backup. I just think he's such a good player. Ironically, I'm like, oh, exposure, get different guys. And then I'm like, Isaiah Likely. Or like the last draft, I was like, give me Xavier Legette. Like, I could be so contradicting about that sometimes. It's funny. Or, like, Khalil Shakir is another guy. I feel like I draft him a lot. But I like this team. Obviously, it's 10-man, so I'm going to be low-key stacked. But I'm low-key stacked. Just, we'll call it what it is. I have a long way to go before No, I don't have a long way to go before my next pick. I just waited it out. Jacoby Myers was that last pick before the break. Travis Kelce, that's an interesting second tight end option. Interesting potential flex. Looking to take Brandon Ayuk. If that sounds crazy, I'm sorry. Emeka Buka is really good, though. But yeah, it's just a crowded room. I don't know. Tough choices to make here. Baker Mayfield is not one of the choices to make, though. So let's go Brandon Ayuk. Then when it comes back, Jordan Mason. Yes. Yes, I like that. Jordan Mason on the way back. These guys are pretty heavy at running back. It doesn't seem like they're going to make that pick, at least the next team with one of his 2 picks. He's got 4 running backs. I don't think he wants another one. Caleb Johnson, yeah. Well, he went Travis Etienne, so he does want another one. But Jordan Mason, welcome to the squad. I like that pick, honestly. That's a good depth piece at running back. I got 13 picks before I go. I'm going to try to run to the bathroom before my next pick. I will be right back. If I don't make it, though, let's just do this really quick. Brock Purdy. Dak. Okay. Be right back. I'm back. 2 picks away. I came back just in time. Chat, I know y'all have questions for me. Make sure you're asking away. Now is the time to ask your fantasy football questions. Let's go. I'm waiting to pick. I'm 2 picks away. Trying to decide on what I want to draft. It seems like... why am I going to reach for Dak? I'm going to take Bo Nix. He's got some better weapons. Yeah, maybe he'll fall off in year 2, but I'm going to take that chance. Sharp's available. Kind of like Bashal Tootin. Toot toot. All aboard. Gotta have fun. You know? How many more picks? I got like 5 picks left? 6? Yeah, 6. Okay. Still need another tight end, another quarterback. Receivers. Definitely need receivers. Rashid Shaheed. Not a bad option. Won't be there when I draft, but not bad. I could go... Hollywood Brown's not a bad option. When he plays, useful. Very useful. I'll say that much. Will he play that much? To be determined. I kind of like Marvin Mims Jr., but it's just so up and down. But that is the beauty of best ball. But I don't know if I want to, really experiment the whole up and down, I don't know if that's really for me. Again, if you're just joining us, if you're here for the first time, thank you so much for watching. If you're new, drop a sub down below. We go live every Monday, mock drafting, talking strategy, trying to get us right for our fantasy drafts when it's time to make those picks. Come late August, early September, whenever you're drafting. We're going to have you ready to go. I don't need Herbert, but would have been nice if I didn't have another bye week stacked with it. I just don't love this wide receiver tier, honestly. But I need something. Don't love Christian Kirk. Sorry. Kyle Williams, as I'm about to click on him. Oh boy. Let's go J.J. McCarthy. I'm willing to give it a shot. I'll take another quarterback just in case. That's a disaster pick, but have enough running backs to keep the ship afloat. I could always grab another, for sure, but need a wide receiver. Xavier Legette may be the option. Jack Besh is taken. Hollywood Brown's still there. Am I going to get a healthy Hollywood Brown here? It's kind of hard to assume. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Exposure. Got to go exposure. Can't not be a man of your word. Get a Kansas City receiver. It'll help. It'll definitely help. But now we still need quarterback. We still need a few things. See what kind of drafts are looking like. Again, it's kind of looking dry out here. We'll check back in a little while, but it's not looking too good. Chat, I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know what we're going to do. I'll take a look back over in a round or two. When it comes back to me and I make a pick, I'll just drop in real quick, see what the lobbies are looking like, and we'll make a decision from there. Definitely need a backup tight end. We're out of the Isaiah Likely tier that I love to draft in. That's okay. Can still go get me another quarterback. The options here I don't love, but they're there nonetheless. I don't want to take Bryce Young. I'll wait on Geno. I think that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll get lucky and Bo Nix and Geno Smith will be in a shootout one week. But I'm going to have to go actually get maybe even Tank Bigsby. Nah, I'm going to go Legette. I want to read this because I didn't even look at this. health is a risk with him. It's not like he's the perfect pick. May just go Tank Bigsby. Or could be good. There's a week where I don't have Bijan. Xavier Legette, my guy. Damn, he took my guy. Who am I taking here? I think Tank Bigsby makes sense. At least I'll have two of the guys that could likely produce in that offense. See what happens when it comes back to me, and then I'll check on the other lobbies. Do need another tight end. Go Kyle Pitts. It's a little toxic, but it's an option. Cade Otton I like, though. Yeah, maybe I'll sit back and wait on Cade. Well, I wanted to sit back and wait on Geno, so I got to make a decision here. Am I just taking Geno? Yeah, I could take Geno here. Geno over Stroud, though, is crazy. That's the thing. Geno over Stroud is criminal. I'll take a chance on my guy Kyle Pitts. I'll take the chance. No, it's not pretty, but take a chance. It's the worst that could happen. I'll sit in the 12th person, but I don't think this one's going to fill anytime soon. Let's go. All right, so 4 out of 12. Where's my draft? Here it is. Boom. Perfect. We'll see how long that league takes to fill up. If it's going to take forever, I may just call it and we'll run it back next Monday, but we'll see. We'll see. Could use another receiver. Maybe even I'll flex. Geno is who I want. Just give me another quarterback. I know I can man the ship with my running backs. I know I can man the ship with what I have at wide receiver. Just need that little extra stability at quarterback, in my opinion. Oh, that's actually filling. I'm kind of impressed. See how long it takes to fill. Zach Ertz has just been taken. Let's check Mayo's team. We haven't checked Mayo's team in a while. Wow. Mayo's got a decent team. Quarterback is a little shaky, but everywhere else seems pretty solid. The running back and receivers, no doubt, are there. We'll see how that team ends up. I just need Geno freaking Smith right here. That's what I need right now. Who's going to tell me I can't have Geno Smith, you know? Hope none of you are going to tell me I can't have Geno Smith. That would be messed up. Just one more pick. Just don't take my guy. Let's go. Oh, almost picked the wrong guy. There we go. Got my QB. And then this should be my last pick, right? Am I correct in saying that? Yep. Okay. And we can see how long till that next draft fills. There's some interesting running back choices here. Cade Otton is there. I would take a chance. I need wide receiver help, though. Tyler Lockett. I would give that a shot. Tesla. He drives a Tesla. It's definitely not his name, but I just had to say that. I'm sorry. Ah, of course, DeMar. I like Alec Pierce. But, yeah, I guess I won't take him. Wan'Dale Robinson. That could be interesting. No, he's gone. So much for that. I got way too excited. I deserve that. Amari Cooper, a free agent. That's crazy. Did not know that. Taysom Hill, that's always an interesting one. Tyler Lockett, yeah. Give it a shot. Why not? It's an ugly pick, but I needed to pick somebody. Four more people. Is this going to fill out? 3 more. I actually have a chance. We can make this the last one. Again, if you stuck around the entire time, thank you so much for watching the live. I truly appreciate it. Means the absolute world to me. Get to just chop it up. Draft fantasy football teams. This is the life. This is peak. And we're on the road to 1K subs. So, like, if you're sitting here, you've been in the live, not subscribed, maybe consider subscribing. Fantasy football content on this channel. Trying to upload as much as I can. Do the live streams on Mondays. They're fun. Hang out. Talk some ball. And yeah. Just waiting and hoping that this draft room eventually fills up. That would be so lovely. But I don't think that's going to happen. Don't think that's going to happen, honestly. Sad to say. Sad to say. I'll give it a few more minutes. Oh, one more person. Someone please. Oh, let's go. We're in. Beautiful. The live stream does not end. The live stream does not end yet. We're still going. And I'm pick 11. Okay. I'm kind of up for the challenge, low-key. I'm not going to lie. Like I said, the entire video, like I made that video, best place to draft in round 1 is the back. Now every time I'm just going to draft in the back of round 1. It's probably going to be like that for the next 2 mock Mondays if I had to predict. While we wait, because we have quite a long time. See, we have some newer viewers in here. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Let's go to... These are my slow draft teams that I'm building right now. This one's kind of a little weak, kind of lacking, but the wide receivers are sick. And this one's a little more filled out. This very nice. And yeah. Let's get it. Let's get it. Jamar Chase and Bijan Robinson, 1 and 2 off the board, followed by Saquon Barkley. Tennis kid. He was in our last draft. That's crazy. He takes Jettas at 104. That's a good pick. It's a good pick. Not gonna lie to you. We'll probably make this the last draft. I know chat's not really been popping off much lately. So we'll make this the last one. If you guys have any questions, definitely ask now before the stream is over. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This one may go for a while, ironically, because it's the only 12-man we're doing, but that's okay. I got nowhere to be. I got time. After Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Christian McCaffrey, and Jahmyr Gibbs, the next three off the board. 3 more picks till I pick. Looks like we're going to get our auto. No, Puka Nacua. I don't want to say at the buzzer because he had like 6 seconds, but it's kind of close. Neighbors, off the board. Not an option for me. I would love to draft Ashton Jeanty here. We'll see what I get. I don't get Ashton Jeanty. Amon-Ra St. Brown, somebody I haven't been drafting. I am going to take Nico Collins. Because when he's available, he's him. When it comes back to me, Devon Achane seems like a sweet deal. But Amon-Ra St. Brown just seems like too good of a value to pass up. Going double wide receiver to start the draft. Feeling bold. I passed up Devon Achane. I feel silly. I feel sick about it. But I just couldn't let Amon-Ra St. Brown go. Got 2 really good wide receivers there. Very happy with that. It's a great way to start a draft. I got the guy with the lower ADP after Nico Collins, so I was happy about that. I felt like that was just had to take him in that spot. After I take Amon-Ra St. Brown, Drake London, Devon Achane, and A.J. Brown are next off the board. Best available is Brock Bowers, and I would have to agree. The only other way I'm not taking Brock Bowers is if I want Ladd or Bucky Irving. He takes Ladd. He doesn't have a receiver, but he goes Taylor. Oh, before Brock Bowers. Oh, no. No. You cannot do that. That sucks. That's tough. We'll see what finds its way back to me in 14 picks from now. Tennis kid on the clock. What is he gonna do? Brock Bowers, that's the pick, man. Jettas and Bowers. He's set up for a serious team this year. My 2 are projected a little more, but keep in mind he's filled out some better positions. Like tight end. Bucky Irving and Chase Brown are the last 2 picks of the second round. Now it goes back to Falvey. I hope I'm saying his name right. Trey McBride, to me, is best pick here. Gotta take him. You know he's going to want the wide receiver. He goes Kyron Williams. Okay. Wanted that double running back. That Bengal connection, I guess. I wasn't even saying it for my own sake of getting a running back. I was just saying it like, that's a good player right there, Trey McBride. That's a good foundation too. Rashee Rice, Barkley, Trey McBride. I like that a lot. Marvin Harrison Jr. is available. That's a good pick here. In terms of running backs, I don't have many options. Breece Hall, James Cook, Omarion Hampton. Seems like the guys we've been drafting, or at least deciding from this entire time. I have it come back to me pretty quick, so I can double up on running back and get out. Do I want to do that, though? I'm not sure. It may just be better off to, if there's a wide receiver value that I need to have, or like a Josh Allen, take one of those, grab the running back and get out. I'm going to look to see if one of these 3 wide receivers is available. Like if somebody takes a quarterback, somebody goes running back, one of those things happen, I could be in a good position. But I do want Marvin Harrison Jr. a lot. I think that as the 3rd pick is crazy. I think the next pick, yeah. I get Josh Allen. That's cool with me. I usually don't do that, but I'm fine with it. It's fine by me. I think James Cook makes sense. I'll love it, but hey. I don't know how many running backs are going to be available later, you know? Amari Hampton's here. I don't have a running back. I'm going to go Amari Hampton before James Cook. I just feel a little bit better about that for some reason. I don't want to stack too much in the Buffalo window. And I think the best pick to make there would have been Xavier Worthy, but I absolutely can't go 20 picks without a running back. I'm going to miss everybody, and then I'm going to be looking at Caleb Johnson as my RB1, which is not ideal at all. So with that, that is what we decide. Got a long way to go. Seems like not many people are locked in at this point, which is a shame, but it is what it is. Not always going to be a hit, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody's always going to be locked in, tuned in. But I appreciate those that are sticking around and watching. I do appreciate it. But you know what? This is quite a long draft. I may just go on auto for the rest of it. Maybe we'll just figure out afterwards on the next stream how it turned out, but make you guys wait 15 more picks, and then I'm going to pick twice. Wait again. Like, that's crazy. I'm probably just going to log off for the night. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll let you guys know how this team turns out. Definitely stick around and subscribe because we have more content coming on the channel this week and for weeks to come, obviously. We're not here just for this week or next week. Here for the long haul. So stick around, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Turtle. This is Outlier Fantasy, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.